A very good morning, Northeast Ohio. For one day, thank goodness it is Sunday. Words of Frank Sinatra from the 1983 song by that title, paying tribute to the chairman of the board on this morning, what would have been the day after his 100th birthday. Sinatra, very politically active over the years, attended both Democratic and Republican national conventions, and to that end, preparations continue here in Cleveland to host our Republican National Convention in July. This week, the host committee, along with the RNC's Committee on Arrangements, hosted media from around the country for the first media walkthrough of the main convention sites. The local and network bosses had a chance to see for the first time the lay of the land here in Cleveland, where the media workspace will be, not only in the arena with the broadcast locations, but over at the convention center where much of the 15,000 media members will be housed. Local organizers say heading into the holidays, everything remains on track for July 18th.
We feel great about the hotels. We feel great about the venues. A lot of our marketing communication. We're up to already nearly 4,000 volunteers that have registered. Now we need more. Our fundraising is on track. We're still a good ways to go, but we feel very good tracking where we are. So much of what we have to do from a host committee perspective, we feel very good about.
Many questions, though, hinge on security answers, which falls outside of the hands of the RNC.
The Secret Service, obviously, this being a national security event, has responsibility for security, and they're still in the process of their planning and examining, investigating. And it, as Jeff has noted, I think it'll be January, February before we know, probably where a perimeter and what kind of checkpoints there'll be.
Well, the million-dollar question, or in the case of Donald Trump, the billion-dollar question, remains who will be the one to accept the Republican nomination here in Cleveland in July. The events of the past week in the race for the White House should make Tuesday night's debate in Las Vegas an interesting one. Now, the last two debates didn't exactly go as planned for Governor John Kasich, so I asked him, how will you approach this one differently?
Well, the thing that's hard about them is you get very limited time. You get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. In the second debate, I got virtually no time. So you kind of bully your way in, but that has its downsides. It's just a tricky way to communicate. I would say that what I'll attempt to do is let people know a little bit more about me, I assume, let them know what's in my heart and what my vision is, and we'll see how it goes.
You had success along those lines in the first debate going that route.
It was a little different because there was a case where, you got the questions, you got plenty of time to answer them, but in the second debate, in a course of 3 hours, I was asked two questions. So you got to kind of force your way in, which is not the most comfortable way to do it, but you also don't want to disappear. So it's sort of the yin and yang of how to be effective there.
Well, that debate's set for Tuesday night from the Venetian in Vegas. We will have the scores and highlights for you that night at 11. With Democracy 2016, I'm John Kasich. Enjoy your Sunday.